Oh my God, this literally, I want to play the whole thing because it is something that my jaw dropped, and I think it's part of a trend with the right now. They have these like superhero videos. Can we play that clip of the new Congresswoman? Because they like to be called Congresswomen on the right, not Congress members. That's what Fox News told me.
I'm Lauren Boebert, and I approve this message.
Cut. That's a wrap.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a newly elected Congresswoman from Colorado. Even though I now work in one of the most liberal cities in America, I refuse to give up my rights, especially my Second Amendment rights. I will carry my firearm in D.C. and in Congress. This caused outrage from Democrats and the media. Why? It's our job in Congress to defend your rights, including your Second Amendment, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. In D.C., of all places, we should be encouraged to practice our rights. So forget what you...
Okay, you have a lot of rights when you go to Congress. Yes, you defending the Second Amendment, my right. I don't know if there's any militias in Congress or not, but you also have the ability to declare war on people. I mean, what the... Joshua's face. All right,
I hadn't seen that before. That was amazing.
Oh,
that was amazing.
It gets better. Let's keep playing. Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Oh, it gets better.
You hear in the fake news. Here are the real reasons why I choose to defend myself in our nation's capital.
I'm a woman and a mother of 4. I choose to defend my family with all of the force the Constitution provides. D.C. is one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in our country.
Wow.
It's like garages. She's literally just in an alley with garages.
Here. Being a member of Congress is pretty basic. I don't go to work in a motorcade or armored car. I don't get police escorts everywhere I go. I walk to my office every morning by myself.
I walk
as a 5-foot-tall, 100-pound woman, I choose to protect myself legally.
Closed off street, guys.
Because I am my best security.
You can keep her on screen. So she's like, I walk to work. I walk from the Russell Building across the street to Congress, or I take the tunnel that's underground. By the way, those streets are closed off, and there's all the $2 million townhouses, at least average, around that neighborhood. And she was like, oh, I need to make it look slummy, so I'm going to go into the garage alley. That's all right. Keep playing.
Well, and she's also.
I grew up in the DC area. Like it's gentrified as hell right now anyways, but even though there's nothing going on in that part of town where you feel like you're about to get one or anything like that, it's not that part of town.
And the way she's describing it, I mean, like, it's an obvious dog whistle. She's like, I need to protect myself from Black people. We're in DC. It's dangerous for a white woman. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to that in a second because I have a theory behind this. Let's keep playing.
My best security.
One of the challenges of working in D.C. is people here don't understand how we live in real America. The Second Amendment is part of our lives. Gun ownership is cherished, and it makes our little towns safer.
As a young woman working late nights at a restaurant, I learned real fast how important it is to defend myself. After a violent incident outside my business, I took advantage of Colorado's open carry laws and began to carry at work. My waitresses asked if they could open carry too. And now Shooter's Grill has mandatory firearm training and target practice available for my staff, most of whom are young women.
Educated, law-abiding gun owners are the safest people in America to be around. So when anyone comes in to limit the rights and safety of my family, I'll tell them exactly what this mom thinks. I am here to say, hell no, you're not. I have 4 children. I'm 5'0", 100 pounds. Cannot really defend myself with a fist. So all you're going to do is restrict law-abiding citizens like myself. So this is why I choose to defend myself and my family. Not only is it my right, but it's a right I was sent here to protect from Rifle, Colorado. So if you see me in D.C., say hi. You're safe with me.
That was amazing.
Okay, so I have a theory about D.C., and I'm so glad that you put up the map of D.C., Dorsey. simultaneously, there's this like Republican effort right now to call out DC statehood and link it up with a bunch of other fear tactics. So like Democrats want DC statehood and they also want to cut your free speech and they also want this because DC statehood isn't enough. Like, I don't think most Republicans would be like, well, what's wrong with DC state? They don't understand. They don't have a position on it. But we all know what they're doing with DC. They're trying to paint DC and all the cities of America, like top 10 most dangerous cities in the country. American cities are safer than they've ever been right now. There's a little bit of a surge since COVID, but they're literally safer than even top 10 worst of an era where cities are safer than ever. It's racist.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's so much to unpack. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm still absorbing that. I mean, the whole thing is it's cartoonish and it's also, I bet you, really effective and compelling for its audience. I mean, it's really well done. I mean, there's just the other piece that's interesting is her pivot from, I think earlier on, she implied she was taking her weapon into the Congress building. Right. And then moved to be like, I need to protect myself walking down these mean streets. And not even like, I don't know. That was, I just want to mark the intro was brilliant. It was like, so she's standing in front of a green screen and it's like she's filming the real ad that is the like fake postured teleprompter version. And then that ends. And then this is the real her with the music that it's like, and that's really smart. And compelling and draws you in.
There's a tactic right now that Dan Crenshaw has been doing these videos, like these Avengers videos or whatever it is, like superhero videos where he's jumping out of the, like they're leaning in on Hollywood, like trying to make themselves out to be Hollywood heroes, this new generation. She's only 34 and Dan Crenshaw is pretty young too.
I mean, what an interesting evolution of Trump's template. Sorry, Napoleon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like moving from, reality TV star to this sort of stylized Hollywood thing. It's in the same trajectory. It's in the same canon.
I was going to say, it looked like a reality TV show you might watch on Netflix or something that I would want to tune into. Because like I said, the production value is great. It looks good. And she's talking to people that are her audience is so far detached from DC and places like that it may be believable to them. You could tell them anything about what's going on in DC. Whereas you can't carry a gun outside in your pants walking down DC. That's the thing. It's like, that's a lie in itself.
Illegal in DC.
Or elected, she wouldn't even do that. Because if she would get arrested or there would be a whole bunch of cameras and it would cause a scene. But I doubt she would even do it.
She might get arrested for that. I mean, congressmen and women get arrested for things.
She's walking around with a gun she's not a police officer.
No, and I don't think they're going to let her in. I mean, you do get to pass through security, but man, I mean, what's also interesting about her, I'm just reading a little bit about her background. She used to be a Democrat until, her movie career probably. She actually lived in Aurora, Colorado. It's not where she lives now, but Aurora, Colorado. Are you kidding me? And she has the nerve to lean in on her gun rights. And that's kind of how she made her career. She has this restaurant in which she, this is insane. She, in this restaurant, like everybody, as she mentioned, she allows them to take guns into the restaurant. And then here's something that happened in September 2019. This is a part of the video. Beto O'Rourke was at an Aurora town hall meeting during the 2020 presidential campaign over his proposal for the gun buyback program. It is a very important issue in Aurora, as you may know. And she got up and said, hell no, you won't take our guns. And that kind of began her career as being this advocate. I mean, she's like the new Dana Lash for the NRA, which is an interesting take on this too, because NRA is being investigated right now and is going to be dismantled likely. I'm really curious, like, what the evolution of the right-wing gun-toting Republican is going to be in Congress without that massive lobby in their ears at all times.
She's like, screw this. I'm leaving Aurora and moving to Rifle. There I'm going to belong. Does she really live there? Did you catch that in the ad? She's like coming straight to you.
It's called Rifle. I'm learning so much about her and her Wikipedia page. Yeah, she literally, a restaurant in Rifle. Her town is named Rifle.
Wow.
I mean, okay, here's what there's a lot of, obviously I think this is ridiculous, but there's a lot that I respect about this ad and how effective it is. But the layeredness, she's like, I'm going to talk about guns as a metaphor, as a cultural issue, talk about it as the name of where I come from. I'm going to use it to like repudiate DC itself of the people who live here and Congress and say, and like low key threaten to shoot members of Congress. And like, I mean, there's just like, and like use that all as a way to talk about rights. It's smart. What'd you say, Napoleon?
I said, and gender too. The fact that she's a woman and everything like that. She's a gun-toting woman and such an American, quote unquote, message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they might tackle her. She's walking in the tunnel underground into the Senate, to the congressional chambers. Oh yeah, okay. Unreal. This is really just, and I just found out that she has expressed support for Q, but later said she's not a follower of Q. So it's, because she wants a future in Congress. This is the new the anti-squad, whatever that group is called. This is what's coming for us, guys. This is the future of right-wing America. All right, guys. I
was about to say she studied the subject really well because she knows exactly what buttons to push.
I always find it interesting when they go from being Democrats to Republicans. That's always a fascinating turn in life. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.